Hello everyone, my name is Sumit. I am back with the new video. Today we will discuss about the carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are the organic compound composed of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen atoms. They serve as a primary source of energy for living organisms and play important roles in various biological processes. Carbohydrates can range from simple sugar that is monosaccharide to complex molecules that is polysaccharides that store and provides energy as well as contribute to structural components in a cell. Carbohydrates can be classified into several categories based on their structure and its function. The main classification include as follows: monosaccharides. These are the simplest carbohydrates consisting of a single sugar unit. Example include the glucose, fructose and the galactose. Then next is disaccharides. Disaccharides are formed by the combination of two monosaccharide molecules through a glycosidic bond. Example include the sucrose, lactose and maltose. Then next classification is oligosaccharide. Oligosaccharide contains a small number of usually 3 to 10 of monosaccharide units linked together. They are often found in a food and play roles in a gut health and as well as in a digestion. The next classification is polysaccharide. Polysaccharide consists of multiple monosaccharide units linked together. They can be further classified into storage polysaccharides and the structural polysaccharides. Starch and glycogen are example of storage polysaccharides, while the cellulose is a structural polysaccharide. The next classification is simple carbohydrates. This category includes the monosaccharides and the disaccharides, which are quickly digested and can provide the rapid energy. Then next is complex carbohydrate. Complex carbohydrates include the oligosaccharides and the polysaccharides. They take longer to digest and provide the sustained energy. The next is dietary fiber. Dietary fiber consists of non-digestible carbohydrates found in a plant foods. It is important for the digestive health and can be soluble, dissolve in water, or insoluble, does not dissolve in the water. The next functional carbohydrates. Some carbohydrates have a specific function beyond providing the energy, such as glycoproteins and glycolipids that play roles in the cell communication and the recognition. Carbohydrates serves various functions in the body, includes the energy production, structural support as well as the cellular communication. Their diverse forms roles makes them a fundamental part of the balanced diet. Carbohydrates serves a variety of essential functions in living organisms, ranging from providing energy to supporting structural integrity and facilitating the cellular communication. Here are some key functions of carbohydrates. First one is energy source. Carbohydrates are a primary source of energy for the body. When broken down and metabolized, when they provide the glucose, which cell use for fuel to carry out various processes including muscular activities and brain function. The next function is energy storage. Carbohydrates can be stored as a glycogen in the liver and muscle. Glycogen serves as a readily available energy reserve that can be quickly broken down into a glucose when the body energy demand increases. The next function is structural support. Carbohydrates contribute to the structural integrity of cells and organism. In plant, cellulose forms the cell walls, providing the rigidity and as well as the support. Chitin, a carbohydrate derivative, is found in the exoskeleton of insect and other arthropods. The next function is the cellular communication. Carbohydrates are involved in cell to cell recognition as well as in the communication. Glycoproteins and glycolipids on a cell surfaces play a crucial role in a process such as immune response, tissue development and the cell signaling. The next function is the digestive health. Dietary fiber, a type of carbohydrate, supports the digestive health by adding bulk to stool and promoting regular bowel movement. Soluble fiber can also help to regulate blood sugar levels and lower cholesterol. The next function is blood clotting. Some carbohydrates, particularly glycosaminoglycans, that is GAGs, are involved in the blood clotting by adding the platelet aggregation and the clot formation at injury sites. The next function is the brain function. Glucose derived from a carbohydrate is a preferred fuel for the brain. Adequate carbohydrate intake ensures proper cognitive function and the mental clarity. The next function is fuel during exercise. Carbohydrates are act as a fuel, crucial for the athletes and individual engaging in a physical activities. They provide the energy necessary for the sustained exercise and help to prevent the fatigue. The next function is metabolic regulation. Carbohydrates play a role in a regulation of metabolism. Insulin, a hormone, helps to regulate blood sugar levels by facilitating the uptake of glucose into the cells. The next function is the fatty acid metabolism. Carbohydrates spare protein from being used as an energy source, allowing the proteins to primarily fulfill their roles in the growth, repair, and enzyme, as well as in the function of the maintaining the proper protein metabolism. Overall, carbohydrates plays a diverse and vital roles in maintaining the health and the function of an organism from the cellular levels to the entire body system. Monosaccharides, the simplest form of carbohydrates, can be further categorized into the subtypes based on their chemical structure and the number of carbon atoms they contain. The most common monosaccharide subtypes include the trioses monosaccharide with the 3 carbon atom. An example is the glyceraldehyde. Then tetroses, that is monosaccharide with 4 carbon atom. Then pentoses, that is containing 5 carbon atom, and hexoses monosaccharide with the 6 carbon atom. Example is glucose, fructose, and galactose. These subtypes of monosaccharide differ in the molecular structure and play an essential role in a various biochemical process within the living organism. Disaccharides are the type of carbohydrate composed of two monosaccharide molecules linked together through a glycosidic bond. There are 3 common subtypes of disaccharide, each formed by the combination of different monosaccharide. First one is sucrose. Sucrose is the composed of one glucose molecule and one fructose molecule linked together. It is commonly known as the table sugar and is found in the many plants, particularly sugarcane and sugar beets. Sugar is often used in as a sweetener in our foods. The next one is lactose. Lactose consists of one glucose molecule and one galactose molecule linked together. It is commonly found in the milk and dairy products. Lactose is broken down by the enzyme lactose in the small intestine to be absorbed and used as an energy source. The next one is the maltose. Maltose is made up of two glucose molecules linked together. It is a product of starch digestion and is found in the food like malted barley and germinating seeds. Maltose is less common in the diet compared to the sucrose as well as the lactose. These disaccharides serve as a source of energy and sweetness in various foods, and their digestion by the enzyme in the body releases the constituent monosaccharides for the absorption and as well as the utilization. Then we will come to polysaccharides. Polysaccharides are the carbohydrates composed of multiple monosaccharide units linked together. They serve various functions including the energy storage and structural support. There are 3 primary subtypes of polysaccharide. In that, first one is starch. Starch is the main storage polysaccharide in the plant. It is composed of many glucose molecules linked together in a linear or branch arrangement. Starch serves as a reserve energy source for the plants. It can be broken down by the enzyme into glucose for the energy. There are 2 types of starch: amylase, that is linear, and amylopectin, that is branch. Glycogen is the storage polysaccharide in the animals, primarily stored in the liver as well as in the muscle. It is a highly branched and made up of the glucose units. When blood sugar levels are low, glycogen can be broken down into a glucose to provide a quick source of energy. The next is cellulose. Cellulose is a structural polysaccharide found in the cell walls of the plants. It is composed of the glucose units linked together in a way that humans cannot digest to due to the arrangement of bonds. Complexation in their structural bonds. However, cellulose is an essential dietary fiber that adds the bulk to the diet and aids in a digestion. These polysaccharides play a crucial role in providing the energy as well as maintaining the cell structure and supporting the various physiological processes in both the plants as well as in the animals. And polysaccharides are the complex in their structure. This is all about the carbohydrates. Thank you.